Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here once again. We are looking ahead to today's slate for the 11th of May. Um, as I said before, I was obviously gone for the weekend. Like I said, didn't think I was going to be able to do videos. Obviously, it was Mother's Day weekend, so hopefully you guys all did pretty good. Had a pretty good weekend as well. Anyway, if you guys do go on to like the video, leave a like. I appreciate it quite a bit, and also hit that sub button as well. Would love to have you guys, here for the long haul. So that is it. Like I said, hope you guys have been doing pretty good. We didn't really do a ton this weekend. I didn't really get to post a ton, so uh, yeah, I was just so busy, for good reason. So that is what we got going on. So anyway, as normal, we have $40 for the rest of the NBA season. I know we only have about a week left, but we got that play-in tournament. Also, we have the playoffs, and we're gonna be playing all that. So everything is included for that for $40. Definitely would love to have you guys come join us. And like I said, we still have MLB. I know I don't post videos about it, but we're still doing that, going strong on that one. So, like I said, NBA is about done. So, if you guys want to come join MLB, love to have you. Like I said, it's doing a lot better than it has been the last couple of years. So, definitely, we are, happy about that one. So, if you guys just want to try MLB just for a day, it's only $5 for a day pass, 25 for a month, or the 100 for the season. And like I said, 40 for NBA season as well. So if you guys want to get in on any of that, all you need to do check us out on our Twitter. That will be down there in the comment section below. Click that link right there, and we will, and message us, and we'll get you guys all set up. So yeah, like I said, very very cheap right now, and yeah, come join us for sure. So let's go get into it here. We have a pretty big slate here today, and a ton of injuries as well, mostly in the late games, which kind of sucks, but yeah, we're gonna have to do what we can with limited injury news. So our first game here is Denver and Charlotte. So I got some of the totals up here for you. I haven't done that in a while, but it is the daytime now, as you see, only a couple hours before lock. So yeah, we're gonna look at the totals. So we got a 223 with the Denver game and a 5 spread. So on paper, this one could be pretty close. In my opinion, all these guys' salaries are about where they're gonna score. Monte coming back could hurt Compazos, maybe. I mean, Monte's probably only going to play 10 or 12 minutes. Probably going to hurt Austin more than anything. Um, I mean, LaMelo and Terry, I do like both of them. I think their prices are half decent. Easily can get you about 34 to 40 for those two. Not the greatest matchup against Denver, but overall, I mean, not too bad. So those two are in play. I do like Michael Porter at only 7,100. Washington's okay. Aaron Gordon may be out, so we'll have to see what's going on over there. But Michael Porter at 7-1 solid. Jokic is a little too much for me. So I'm looking at consider Ball, consider Rozier, and I do like Porter in that one. So that's kind of what we're looking at in that one. No must-haves, but half decent plays. But Porter for sure is my favorite in that one. Next we have is Minnesota and Detroit in this one. We have a 228 Minnesota by 7. So a little bit of fast-paced game here for Detroit, and as we know, that's a pretty good one. So as normal, as we've seen the last week and a half, 2 weeks, they are going to be resting their guys almost every day or almost every other game. We got Plumlee out, Grant out once again, and those are the two big boys. Diallo's out. Josh Jackson is game time decision with a mouth injury. Apparently, he has a tooth issue. So we'll have to see if he plays. Ellington's out. So, yeah, I mean, they got a lot of injuries, man. Corey Joseph is out. So if Frank Jackson's out, I mean, you got to go Kellyon Hayes. Another guy I think you got to put in there is Sabian Lee. He played 32 minutes against Chicago, had 29.7 at 4K. This guy's going to play some pretty good minutes. Like I said, especially if Jackson, if both or one of the Jacksons are out. So definitely got to look at Sabian at 4K for sure. If they both play, I'm not as high on him. Still can look at him, but not as high. But I still think he gets a little bit of minutes. But if one or two of those guys are out, Sabian Lee is almost a lock for sure. Moving on, yeah, like I said, Detroit, basically, Stewart, all those guys, just, pick and choose who you want. Moving on to the Minnesota side. Looks like I said, I've been up and down looking, but it looks like Russell's just started to get back into the rotation. Playing about the same amount of minutes, though. 7-6, you can look at him. Edwards is 8-9. Dude's absolutely expensive. He had a couple good games, but that's way too much for him. He's a good player, but not that good yet. Vanderbilt, GPP, and Towns, you know, he's not bad either, but he's not like the Towns of like 2-3 years ago. he's still the same guy, but he doesn't have to do as much, right? He's got Edwards and um and Russell helping him out a little bit. So he's okay cash game, I guess, at 9.5. So, a couple, like I said, definitely watch that Detroit side as normal, as I say every video. Miami and Boston, this one's actually relatively higher total than I thought it was going to be. We got 225 in Miami by 1. So, yeah, I mean, on paper, should be a pretty good one. We'll have to see. As we know, unfortunately, Brown went down with an injury, so he's going to be out for quite a while. You got Kimba at 7.9. Little much for me, to be honest with you. Just for me, a little much. Kendrick and Goran, I don't really mess with those dudes. They're all over the place. We got Marcus Smart at 6K. I think there's better options out there. We see Tyler Hero's kind of back. You can give him a GPP shot. I don't know why he played 17 minutes against Boston. I'm not sure if he left with an injury or he had foul trouble. I'm not sure, but um, if everything's fine, he should play about 28, 30 minutes again. So I don't mind looking at Tyler. He's more of a shooter, but he can easily get you 25, 30, maybe a little more. Jimmy Butler at 9.5's not too bad. Evan Fournier, I don't like touching this dude. He's been hot, but as I said a week ago, this guy's still a crappy NBA player. I get it. Oh, he's been doing good recently, but I'm not buying it, man. I'm really not. Good for him, have fun. But I just don't like touching that dude. So if you guys are feeling, you want to keep going with the trend, have at it. Tatum's a little much. Okay play, but a little much. Bam's at 7.9. I don't mind looking at him. I think he gets you 40, 45 in this one. So Bam's not, usually never that cheap, so don't mind him. We got Clippers and Toronto. Once again, we have Toronto resting every single one of their big boys. So Malachi is okay. Jalen Harris is even a half decent play. He had 29 minutes against Memphis, 16, 6 and 4 and 1 steal, so he had 31. So, not a bad play. Obviously, Clippers are a little bit better defensively, so I don't really like this game. I mean, there's a couple half decent Toronto guys, I guess. Gary Trent's the main guy over there, but I mean, do you really want to put him out there against one of the better defenses? I don't know. That's up to you. But overall, I don't really have anyone at all in this game. Probably look at Trent, look at Malachi, and look at Jalen, but that's really it for me in that one. All right, Philly and Indiana. I think this is a pretty high total. Yeah, 234 in Philly by 5. So, yeah, big question mark as normal, and we're probably not going to get any news on him. Is Joel Embiid? He has an illness. Apparently, it's not COVID related, but he has an illness. And this is a later game, so an hour after lock. So I don't think we're going to get any word on him because even when lock's at 7, Embiid literally, when they have a game at 7, he's like 1 minute before tells everyone if he's going to play, which whatever. But anyway, if he's out, I guess you could late swap to Howard if you have the shot. Late swap to Harris. I mean, there's a lot of options to go to if you can late swap if Embiid's out, and I think a lot of those honestly are some good spots. Indiana's playing a lot quicker right now, so yeah, I would leave a couple spots open if get a couple guys from later games and not 7 o'clock. And, if Embiid's out, maybe switch a couple, but we'll have to see. On the Indiana side, LeVert's all right. Get up there in price. A bonus. They're both really expensive. So, I don't know. It's up to you guys. I'm not really a massive fan of paying that much for those two, but they have been on one for sure. Let me see here. McConnell's not bad. Edmund Sumner's going to be out once again. So, yeah, McConnell. He's always an all-around player, so 6'1's not in a bad spot. So basically, just got to watch that Philly news with Joel Embiid. He always game time decisions. So keep an eye on that one. Dallas, Memphis. I don't have a ton in this game. Luka's worth a look. He got ejected last game. This one should play relatively fine. I mean, Morant's shots are not looking great, but he's okay, I guess. And all these other guys are just they're okay plays. Josh and Kyle, Tim, they're just they're all right plays. Right, Tim's 6K. Obviously, he's been doing a lot better, but you really want to pay $6,000 for Tim Hardaway? He's a pure shooter. As normal, if his shot's not on, you're screwed. But he's been looking pretty good for a couple weeks. So You can look at him, but 6K is a little much to pay for him. I was just gonna say, so what I was doing looking at this, Jaren Jackson was probable. Not probable. He was. I was gonna say he's probably gonna rest at a back-to-back here. So they literally just updated that as I did this video. So it gives that. I guess that gives Kyle Anderson a little bit of a boost ish, couple extra rebounds for the guy. Um, Maybe Clark if he plays. I don't know. They're all over with Clark's minutes right now. And Val's questionable as well. Like I said, this literally just started to happen. Okay, so he's doubtful. Dallas, okay. So yeah, I guess you got to put in Clark now. Like I said, this literally just happened as I'm recording. So, yeah, so that changes up a little bit. Clark's in play, a little bit of Kyle. Tillman may even come into play if he gets some minutes as well at 3-6. I mean, he's gonna have to play a little bit. I feel like here. So, if he starts or if he comes off the bench, I still think you could give Tillman a little bit of a look here. So, a couple guys in play for sure. Maybe that helps out Morant. I don't know. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, Tillman maybe, and Clark and Kyle Anderson maybe a couple of those guys. Brooklyn and Chicago in this one. I'm I don't know, man. I mean, there's only a 4 spread going on here on Vegas. 233 and a 4 spread. Interesting for sure. They think Chicago's going to keep up with this one. We'll see. We'll see what we got going on. We got Zach LaVine coming back here. I would definitely take KD out of the expensive guys here. I would probably go KD in this one. I do like Zach LaVine at 8-6. I think he could definitely explode here for like 35 or 40 real points here. I think he could honestly go off. So Zach at 8-6 here. I like him. I really do. As I mentioned, KD is looking good. I'm not too into Irving. And Vooks getting up there, but you can give him a consideration. I don't think he'll be relatively high owned. Everyone's going to go probably a little bit cheaper at centers. So Vooks all right. Kevin Durant and Zach LaVine are the 3 that I'm looking at there. Orlando, Milwaukee, to be honest with you, I don't have anyone unless injuries happen. So moving on. New York and the Lakers. Um, should be a good one. Obviously, New York's one of the better teams in the East right now. Brando at 9K, I don't mind him. Right, he's going back to LA. He always plays half decent against the Lakers, so I'm looking at him. Um, Caruso's okay, but 5-1's not really crazy cheap. But that's kind of what we're looking at there. Not a ton. 80, he's up there. He's up there in price. And New York's a pretty good defense. But 80, I think he's going to play out of his mind. Right, Lakers actually need to start winning for once here. Late in the season, right? They just can't slack around. So I could definitely see 80 coming alive. But I'm just, that total is not too great. I know it's not all about the total. It's only 213, man. Um, like I said, I think there's a couple other guys you could definitely go to, but he should be lower owned if you want to go that way. So you can look at him. We got Phoenix and Golden State Warriors. Should be a relatively good matchup here. CP3, man, 8-1. I still think that's pretty cheap. So don't mind looking at him at all. I think Phoenix is still fighting with Utah at the top spot. I'm not 100% sure, but I still think they're fighting with them, so these games don't matter. Curry's okay. Wiggins is all right. Mikal Bridges, solid at 5'8". Anderson's more of a defensive player with his steal upside, and if Pascal doesn't play, Looney's an okay play, but doesn't have any upside, maybe 2021. So a couple in that one. What's that total over there? 230. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can target the main guys. Another guy that could go off is Booker at any time. He's kind of been not doing too great recently, but Booker's Booker, right? In these fast-paced games, the guy can go off at any moment. Last but not least, we got Oklahoma City taking on Sacramento. So Theo Maledon is out. So I guess if Ty Jerome, we'll have to see. He's uncertain. So if he's out, Mikhailo, I think he could come into play. Even if Jerome plays, Mikhailo at 4K, he's finally getting back ish into the rotation. So you can look at him. He's not really a point guard, but if they're limited up there, he's going to play a little bit. So look at Mikhailo. I don't mind looking at him. Terrence Davis at 5'3", obviously got to look at that guy. Dort's questionable. We're not going to get word on him. He's always that guy that about 20 minutes before is when when the news breaks with him. Harkless is okay, but this guy's just such an up and down player, man. Honestly, so he's okay, okay at best. Um, Bagley at 6'6" is intriguing, and that's what we got going on there. So, all right, let's see what I can do for you guys. Okay, I'd probably take Curry over Luca. I think Curry has more upside. They did just get the clinch the playoffs, I think, right? So, but still, Curry at 10-3 is really looking great. DeLon Wright at 8-3 is okay. Been slacking recently. I do like CP3. Hampton's okay cash game play. I do like McConnell. More of a cash game play as well. And as I mentioned with Detroit, depending on who's out over there, Kalion Hayes, Sabian Lee, both those guys are for sure worth a look. Sabian Lee, obviously, since he's so cheap at 4K, and we know the upside he can do. So that's probably one of the guys you're looking at, depending on that news. Moving on over here, probably take Zach LaVine over Levert. And obviously Booker's your wild card play here against Golden State. Hasn't been doing crazy a ton, but like I said, he kind of faced two slower teams in New York and the Lakers here. So faster paced game here. I don't mind him, really don't. At 7-7, both LaVine and Booker are honestly plays that I'm looking at the mid range. And then obviously on that Philly side, depending on what's going on with Joel, Curry could come into play. Maybe even Danny Green, Howard, some of those guys. Depending, like I said, depending on what's going on. Terrence Davis, solid cash game at 5-3. I think Hero could be really low owned, get you. I don't know, man. I think Hero could go off 30-35, not go off, but he could be an okay GPP one off. Let me see. Mikhailo at 4K is pretty cheap. One of the better-ish value plays out there, especially with Maladon being out. I really like KD at 10-6. Porter solid at 7-1. Like I said, Kyle's an okay play with the big boys being out over there for Memphis. Mikal Bridges, all right cash game. Harkless, Josh Richardson, right? They're worth a consideration. That's kind of what we got going on in that area. Power forward, not really looking at Giannis, Sabonis, and Davis. You can look at them for sure, not must-haves. Randall, don't mind giving him a little bit of a shot, but not a fast-paced game, unfortunately. Harris, all right, obviously, if you want to switch over to him, but he's been trash since he's came back. Stewart liking him at 6-2. How's Boya been playing? Yeah, that guy's all over the place. So that's basically it. And as I mentioned, you got Clark and Xavier Tillman. Those two guys should come into play quite a bit. You know, Tillman hasn't played at all, but he should come back into the rotation with the big boys being out. And over here, I'd probably take Vuk over Jokic. I mean, if Embiid plays, I guess he's worth a look, but who knows with that dude. And Howard, obviously, if he's out. Looney, So not much going on. Not much going on in the chief center position, but definitely got to be looking at a couple of those guys for sure. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I know I didn't put a lineup out there, but I literally mentioned, 10 or 12 guys that I really like. So, yeah. As normal, watch out for the news. A lot of news happening today. And like I said, if you guys want to come join us for the NBA for the rest of the season with the playoffs, playing tournament, all that's included, only $40. Let us know. And MLB, right? Still going strong, only a month into the season, and we've been doing pretty good. So come join us for that. $5 for day pass if you just want to try it out. 25 for a week or 100 for the rest of the season. Like I said, MLB doesn't end until like September or October, so definitely come join us for that one. So, all right, guys, that is it. Like I said, if you want to get in, check out our Twitter, click that link, message us, we can get you set up. So, all right, that's it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys a little bit later.